Okay, I'm Chandler Klebs here, and I'm recording a video showing how I edit something in Audacity. And this is kind of an informational video, partly from my friend Pafo to show him how this program works, and partly because there's an echo problem. See, I'm gonna show you. I have Audacity open, and this is the latest podcast, and I currently have it published, but it still has a bad echo, so I'm going to do a little editing. I'm going to show you what it does here. This is what it sounds like starting at this particular time.
Well, no. I mean, teaching people how to be happier. There's exhaustive experimentation that says it's possible. So that's you know, it's.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so as you can see, what it's doing here is what George is talking there, and yet it's ending up on my track. See, the way my recorder records is it records my audio, but it also records on a separate track every single other co-host. So it's possible to silence my audio or to silence their audio if they're interrupting me. So it's possible to do this to a limited extent. So here's the tricky part. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this works, how I silence it. Basically, I select it and then I try to scroll, and here's the tricky part is I don't know exactly how far to go because I don't know exactly um, how long it was until I was talking, but here's a good indication. There's a good indication of how this works. Let's see here. Um, as soon as I see a part where it's very big on my side, yeah, see it's currently bigger waves on that side. Um, let's see here. I'm gonna see just how far this goes because the other guys did more talking than I did. So let's see yeah, where is this? Yeah. See, this is, oh, now here, see what I'm talking about? This looks like it's a part where I was talking. Because it's a visual representation. See how it has only my audio, but hardly anything on the bottom one? That means that this is a place, I'm going to drag the selection to here, and then, now that I have that selected, edit, and let's see, I'm trying to remember exactly where to go. Yes, this is it. I'm showing you this because you can select from the menu, but you can also press Control L. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to silence the audio here, and see it's silenced it on that track. So now I'm going to play it and see if it was successful at removing the echo.
well, no. I mean, teaching people how to be happier. There's exhaustive experimentation that says it's possible. So that's you know, it's like it's not a theory. It's already being done now. The question is like, will the powers of be allow it? And the other question is like will people be enlightened enough to understand that by teaching their kids to be happier, we'll create a better world. Not
and
just
and
teaching
from
their kids, teaching everybody.
from my perspective, it's absolutely feasible as well, because if you were to look at this in if it's analogous to a religion forming, sort of a spiritual worldview, a religious movement. I mean, we see how powerful the solidarity is within the Christian community, within the Jewish community, the Islamic culture is literally dominating the globe right now because of a ridiculous book, and they're and they have some culture, they have cultures and customs and traditions, and that is so influential because it's tapping into these universal needs that people
Let's
have.
hear what
So
Trick and Yuri have to say about this so far.
sure.
Yuri, you want to
I,
go first?
Okay, I'll go first. Where should I start? Okay, first things before we try changing anyone else or any system or political system or religion, I think we should try and change ourselves. And one of the things I heard and basically didn't particularly agree, my argument would be rather than sort of give up on searching for happiness, in the sense that the fact that we look for happiness and can't find it, and at that point, we become unhappy because we had a search, we couldn't find it. And I was sort of listening, it sounded to me like a very American or US-centric type argument. Come to Canada, you'll be happy. It was a joke.
Yuri, but wait a minute, Yuri, across the world, in surveys of hundreds of thousands of people, when psychologists ask people, what do you most want from life? The number one answer is always happiness. When they ask, what do you want most for your kids? The number one answer is always happiness.
Yeah. And
I didn't hear everything that Yuri said, but I think I understand his train of thought, that it's more of a Buddhist tradition that eliminate the desire and then you eliminate the unhappiness. Is that correct?
Well, no, the Buddhist philosophy based on the Four Noble Truths is about eliminating suffering, which is the inverse of creating greater happiness. He's just saying the reverse, but it's all about happiness.
Okay, and the second point I wanted to make is, so the question, is the planet getting better or not? If you read somebody like Steven Pinker, and he takes a look at violence in the world, his argument and his data, so I haven't personally read it, but so a little bit I've seen of it, is actually we're living in the least violent times in all our history, at least on a per capita basis. The absolute numbers are bigger, but on a per capita basis, we're living in the most peaceful times ever.
Yuri, I would agree with you. I would agree with you if you exactly. That's my point also.
Not for non-human animals. Maybe in human societies, I believe we have sort of progressively as a whole evolved, and we're much more civilized than we were 500 years ago. But not in terms of our universal ethic, because of how we are still treating other life forms and the planet.
60 billion farm animals a year.
And my question to that is, so what? So we could have a supernova tomorrow, and all suffering will come to an end.
A what tomorrow? A what?
We could have a supernova tomorrow, and within 24 hours.
The world can continue. The world could continue on. So just because there might be a natural disaster or some gigantic extinction event, does that mean? How does that? That's like a red herring, man. How does that make it? How does that make it any less harmful or atrocious what we do to other life forms? Just because I might get killed, I might get hit by a car tomorrow, so that means I shouldn't be kind today because I might die tomorrow.
And you can apply that to human beings. So what? Yeah. Why should we care how we treat a human?
Yeah. See, that was good. See, apparently it worked because because I just listened to that whole section that I had silenced, and because it seemed to work out, I'm saving it. I'm pressing Control S to save, although you can also just go into the menu and save project. So that's a little bit of basic Audacity editing, and I would tell my friend Pafo that if he needs to edit any audio, that Audacity is a really great program because you can cut, copy, paste, and silence sections of audio. And the fact that it shows you visually in waveforms the sound is sort of helpful. So I may have to work on this this recording quite a bit to get rid of the massive echoes contained in it, but I wanted to record this video to show you how it's done, because other people may want to know how to silence audio in Audacity. And Pafo was asking me if there's anything that can be done. And in this particular case, there is, only because my track ends up on a separate track from everybody else for some reason. But if there's some kind of an echo that's entirely on their track that's not on mine, I can't fix that really. So yeah, I may have to work on this one a bit. Because I think it was a pretty good episode. And wasn't it crazy what Yuri was saying? Like, so what? So what if animals are suffering? Like, what? Oh man, he's got issues. But yeah, anyway, so I think that's enough for now. So hopefully this video has helped someone, and hopefully I'll figure out how to get this recording decent so it's not so annoying to listen to.